Pollution by Avin Praboochaan, VPS Standard 3D. What is pollution? Pollution is the introduction of contaminants into the natural environment that can cause adverse change. Pollution can take the form of chemical substances or energy such as noise, heat, or light. The components of pollution can be either foreign substances, energies, or naturally occurring contaminants. There are many forms of pollution. The major ones are air pollution, land pollution, noise pollution, and sea pollution. Air pollution. Air pollution is a mixture of solid particles and gases in the air emissions. Chemicals from factories, dust, pollen, and mold spores may be suspended as particles. Ozone gas is a major part of pollution in cities. When ozone forms air pollution, it's also called smog. Some air pollutants are poisonous. Land pollution. Land pollution refers to the deterioration of the Earth's land surfaces at and below ground level. The cause is the accumulation of soil and liquid waste materials that contaminate groundwater and soil. Noise pollution. Noise pollution, unwanted or excessive sound that can have deleterious effects on human health, wildlife, and environmental quality. Noise pollution is commonly generated inside many industrial factory facilities and some other workplaces, but it also comes from highway, railway, and airline traffic and from outdoor activities. Water pollution. Water pollution occurs when harmful substances, often chemicals or microorganisms, contaminate a stream, river, lake, ocean, aquifer, or other body of water, degrading water quality and rendering it toxic to humans or the environment. The two forms of water pollution I choose are water pollution and land pollution. Water pollution. Humans are the main cause of water pollution, which is triggered in many ways. By dumping of industrial waste due to temperature rise, that can cause the alteration of water being released by the oxygen in its composition, or due to deforestation, which causes sediments and bacteria to appear under the soil and therefore contaminate groundwater. In the same way, the pesticides used in agricultural fields filter through underground channels and reach the consumption networks, and also a result of accidental spillage of oil. What are the effects of water pollution? What are the main consequences of water pollution? Firstly, the disappearance of biodiversity and aquatic ecosystems. Also, humans are harmed by the alteration in the food chain by contracting illnesses when drinking or using contaminated water. As you can see, water pollution has a great impact in the environment. It is often said that water is life, and indeed they were right. About 70% of the Earth's water, which has undeniably become one of the greatest resources. When we were young, we learned about the various ways to conserve water because it is used in almost every important human chores and process. Water is an essential element in both domestic as well as industrial purposes. However, a closer inspection of our water resources today gives us a terrible shock. Water is now infested with various wastes ranging from floating plastic bags to chemical waste, converting our water bodies into a pool of poison. Water is polluted by both natural as well as human-made activities. Volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, tsunamis, etc. are known to alter water and contaminate it, also affecting the ecosystems that exist underwater. Solution for water pollution. Never dispose of cooking fats and oils by pouring them down the sink. Number 2. Plant trees or any plants near bodies of water. Number 3. Do your part by picking up some litter that you see in the environment. Number 4. Dispose of toxic chemicals properly. Land pollution. What is land pollution? The degradation of the Earth's land surfaces, both above and below ground level, is referred to as land pollution. Land pollution occurs when trash, compost, and other toxins are dumped on the land, contaminating or polluting it. Land pollution is caused by human activities such as littering, wash ashore from boats, oil rigs, and sewage treatment plants. The degradation of the Earth's land surfaces, both above and below, is pollution. The accumulation of soil and liquid waste products, which contaminate groundwater and soil, is the cause. The greater the permeability of the soil, the greater risk of land contamination. Land pollution can harm the human body in a variety of ways. Toxic waste and contaminants can be ingested by people. Disposal of hazardous radioactive waste also contribute to land contamination. Common respiratory disease, lung cancer, heart disease, and even brain damage are all long-term health consequences. Solutions to land pollution. To reduce land emissions, reduce, reuse, and recycle. It is essential to practice reforestation and afforestation, organic fertilizers, and integrated pest control method, and crop rotation can all be used by farmers. One of the most important ways to help minimize landfill waste, protect natural resources, preserve wildlife, reduce noise, reduce energy use, and slow global warming is to incorporate recycling habitats to your everyday life. Reforestation avoids river and lake silting by reducing surface erosion and preserving the fertile topsoil. It prevents the soil surface from sealing and cuts down on the amount of rainwater that runs off. When compared to petroleum-based plastics, biodegradable plastics produce significantly less waste. As biodegradable plastics degrade, they decompose into non-toxic, harmless components.